Hey guys, welcome back. This is RE Geeks. This is where we talk everything real estate, everything tech. We are going to have a blast today. We're going to talk about the 10 things, 10 digits of what real estate agents are doing wrong in 2026. And then we're going to talk about the 10 things that agents can do that are right in 2026. And so we're here to make you guys money, save you money, keep you on the fast track to success. So your wife doesn't make you sleep on your couch and your husband loves you forever. Now, I'm just completely generalizing, but we're going to get us some great content today. Michael Fielden, you got a great story. And by the way, I love the dive shirt, man. I know that your beautiful daughter's a diver. You're a diver. I'm a diver. It's great.
Yep. Well, I'm not diving so much anymore, but it's too cold up here.
That's true.
Yeah, I like the warm water diving. Greg, it's great to see you again. I know we talk in between each one of these shows, but I don't get to see your beautiful face, and I am excited. Because I got to tell you, you no longer look like that guy that's just peering over the fence.
I know. I changed it today.
Head centered, and I combed my hair because I knew you were going to be looking good today. Greg, I want to start out by talking about the weirdest thing that I have seen in recent memory. And the Bay Area is crazy. Okay, we all know that. Prices are weird. It's like in flux. 1 minute you're getting 15 offers, the next minute you're getting none, all of that. But one of the hot buttons on my desk lately has been this listing in San Carlos, California. And guys, San Carlos is a great neighborhood. For those of you that aren't familiar, 1.5 for a 1,760 square foot home is actually a deal on a 6,000 square foot lot. It would obviously depend where it is, condition, all of that. But this is getting a ton of interest. I'm just going to kind of scroll down. It's been on the market for 21 days. It has received almost 12,000 views and 520 saves. And a lot of you are probably thinking, wow, 21 days, all of those saves. Why is this property not sold?
Yeah.
Greg?
Why is it not sold, Michael?
I have a reason, guys.
Do tell.
This owner wants a Hugh Hefner treatment. They want somebody to buy this property subject to the continuing right to residence of the existing tenant pursuant to the terms of the existing trust. Okay, let me summarize that, Greg, because I think this is funny as all get out. They want you to buy the house and let the person in it continue to live there.
That's very nice and generous of you.
Until they die.
That's not generous of you. That's ridiculous.
They are not on their deathbed.
That's a problem.
Okay. Great house, 1.5 million, and you can't even live there. Now, Greg, let's talk about the other issues. Okay. What's property tax run in California?
Depends on your county. I mean, we're at 1.25 in Contra Costa, but I mean, it varies all over the place.
Okay, so map it out. Let's say it's 1.25. You got what? 15,000 plus another quarter, almost 20,000 by the time you include all of the additional stuff they put on there. 20,000 a year just in property taxes. Plus you've got insurance, you've got maintenance.
You got the whole shebang when it comes to getting the house, that the holding cost, you would have to hold on to it if you were the buyer of the property. I did it for my condo in Walnut Creek in 2012. I understand that, and that's something an agent needs to look at, especially in 2026. So I know you want to go deeper on this, but we got a lot of people waiting to hear about what we're going to be building on. So let's do a quick takeaway on this segment and get into kind of what people are doing wrong, what they can do right, because this is definitely what they're doing wrong to get a property sold.
Yeah, no, I agree. So let's move on. Whoops, I put us on the wrong screen. Let's move into our topic for the day. And Greg, I want to let everybody know that my less technical friend used AI and created a presentation from scratch, from his own knowledge, right here. So today, what are you doing? You're bouncing around. I'm sorry?
getting to the start of the damn show.
Okay. Today, we are going to talk about a survival and success playbook. And guys, I think that this is really important because I see every day, Greg and I talk to tons of agents, and I see this every day. There are a lot of agents that are doing really, really well out there. And there are some agents that are just scraping by. There are also a lot of agents that are bouncing up and down like the heart rhythm on an EKG. They go up, they sell a house, they're living large, they do all the stuff, they follow the thing, and then all of a sudden, they're not doing any business. And then they get another one, and they go up and down, up and down. So when we talk about these strategies today, I want you to think about this, and I want every one of you to remember, and Greg and I talk about this all the time, I want you to remember that real estate is a job. It is not a hobby. It is a job. People need to get out there and work. So, Greg, you've got a great quote up here. Did you write the quote?
So this is something that I put together here pretty quickly. And I want this to be, because we're having a lot of folks coming in and out of the episode. Michael and I are going to be very concise on this. We want you guys to have this. And by the way, we're going to build in a portal where you guys can go in and get all these notes and all these docs that we're doing on the show. So this is going to be a live working document that you guys will be able to just sign up for, and we'll update it for you. But here in 2026, here's what's really going on, guys. It's not that you're bad at real estate. It's just that you really suck at follow-up and clarity. And you're always invisible to the future clients. Now, when I say that, a lot of you are going like, that is the untrue, Greg. You are speaking untruth to me. And I'll say, no, I'm pretty sure you're 100% right. Let's look into this. Hope is not a strategy in 26. You know, it's just not. You cannot hope and poke and just hope that a client's going to fall into your lap. You know, losing behavior is treating it like a job, like Michael said, right? But do you know what your KPI is, or are you tracking? Are you looking at your daily numbers? Like, what are you putting in? What are you getting out? What is your net return on your effort for the daily basis? Do you have a tracking sheet? I already said that once. I'm going to say it again. But there's no weekly reviews. Who's holding you accountable? Michael holds me accountable. I hold Michael accountable. Back and forth in regards to getting the show ready, and we talk about different deals, but we have someone to bounce it off. So who is your accountability partner? And do not make it your spouse. And then here's the playbook, the winning behaviors for 26. And then Michael will jump into our next slide. Acting like a professional that you want to become. So dress like that man, that woman, that individual that you want to aspire to. Dress like them, act like them, speak like them. Go to the places that person would go to in the future. Have that mindset of success, not failure. Then structure your schedules. I live by my calendar. I live and die by my damn calendar. Every one of you guys should too. Daily prospecting. I don't care what kind of daily prospecting you want to do. You can do calls, doors, pop-bys, emails, newsletters, social media content, long-form content on YouTube, events, join communities. You can do whatever you want, but you got to be prospecting and have at least 1 to 5 good conversations. If you have one life-changing conversation a day, your business will go through the rough. And then weekly content creation. I talked to my friend Dana yesterday. She's in my line here at EXP. And I'll tell you one thing. The different sites and everything that we had set up for her, she didn't know a lot about the stuff that I showed her yesterday. We talk about these strategies and these sites on the show all the time. She was unaware of it. And that is the difference, guys. You have to be consistently and persistently curious about tech and what's coming down the pipe next. Michael, where are we going to go with this next slide?
Okay, if you don't define your value, the internet defines your fee. So I think that one of the things that agents constantly have a problem with is deciding how do they create their fee. Either they're going to lower their commission to try to get business. I think there are a lot of people that do deals at 1.5%. And unless it's a $5-10 million property, I don't know that makes sense in this market. I think that there is a lot of liability that goes with every one of these transactions, and it's a lot of work. You deserve to make money doing what you do. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. I think that the profile that you put out there, and I think Greg does a great job with this. For those of you that aren't following Greg on TikTok, Instagram, and everywhere else, I would encourage you to do that. He's been driving some new content out there, and I see him personally all the time. Now, that could be because I follow him in places, but he comes up all the time. And I think one of the things that he's consistent about is providing value. So when you look at how you're going to put yourself out there, create value for people, market updates, statistics on, where the market's going, where the market's been, mortgage rate information, lifestyle content, where are the new restaurants, who's the hip place to be, where do you want to be seen, and make sure that you are taking this and you're translating it for your customer. You want to make sure that when you tell somebody something, you also tell them why this is important to them. Hey, the market's changing. I think that condos are softening up a little bit, and you may be in a less competitive market than you were before. If you stop right there, you are requiring them to interpret what that means. If you continue the conversation and say, that means you're not going to be in a multi-bid situation, or you might be able to get it at list price or below, those things create value. And if you're the one that's doing it, you're the one that is going to receive the credit and the value, and your internet, what's the word I'm looking for, Greg? Your presence,
internet visibility. Yeah.
Your internet visibility, your presence out there becomes more valuable. If you think the opposite and you are just standing up and saying, hey, I'm cool. Okay. And Greg and we both see this all the time. Agents get up there and say, hey, I'm the #1 agent in Northern California. Okay. What do you say when you see that?
Well, my mom says I'm #1. So what does that really mean?
My mom does too. And I think
it doesn't mean anything anymore. There used to be something back in the day when T-Dog, the grandmaster, my dad, when he was in real estate, he was working in Danville, and he did the same thing. He said, hey, this is back in like the early 90s, right? So this is a big number. It was like a 17 million in volume. And that's a lot of freaking deals in that time frame.
Yeah.
Like $200,000, $300,000 price points, right? And he got hit up by this chick, goes, hey, are you the $17 million man? You're #1? And my mom, who was my dad's assistant at the time, goes, what in the is going on here? My dad's like, I don't know. But yeah, they can do that. But okay, so what's our playbook here? What's our takeaway? So we got a lot to go through, and we're chewed through 12 minutes on this.
Our takeaway is education beats promotion every time. That bottom line, be a leader. Don't be someone that just talks about being good. Be a leader. Drive the market. Greg, you're the video maven. Take it away on this next one.
Yeah, guys, look, a lot of the folks that I'm talking to, they're afraid of all get out. They're more afraid of their shadow, or no, more afraid of video than they are their own shadow. Guys, look, it's really simple. Invisibility equals no cash. It means like an invisible bank account, right? You have to be out talking. Now, before video, before social media, it was door knocking, cold calling, networking, walking around the town, being the man or woman around the town, like helping people out, right? Technology and video is making it so much easier. You can go international with one click of a button. So, you guys, you can do a no voice, you can do a no face. That's an option, but it's not the way I would go with it. Look, what it really comes down to is that if we don't put videos out, it's really going to be a detriment to you, because you will be passed by other agents who are putting out videos. Now, my friend Dana put out her first video yesterday using Opus Clip. I talked her into buying it. She bought it. She went out based upon her numbers. She already has 14 likes on her very, very first clip. I am so proud of her. Now, is it going to win an award in the Grammys or the Oscars? No. Are any of my clips going to win any awards in the Grammys or the Oscars? No. But you know what? She's doing it. I'm doing it, which means you should be doing it as well, because it's scary. Yeah, I get it. But you know what? Everybody already knows what you look like. Everybody already knows what you sound like. Just go out there, bring value, bring content, and put the videos out there. If you guys have any questions, put a question or comment in the side, or DM me or Michael, and we'd be happy to go over some tips and tricks and some ancillary things for making video. Start doing it now.
Greg, wait, before you leave that, I go back 1 second. And I want to put out one other thing, because I think there are a lot of people out there that want to do this and they're like frozen, right? They're in action. They're like me. They just don't want to get out there. And I think you made some good points. People already know what you look like. They know what you sound like. You run with it. But a lot of people say, I don't know what to create.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
And I'm going to tell you what I recommend to everybody. I think if you go onto Instagram, you go onto TikTok, you go onto wherever you want to promote, find the stuff that appeals to you. What draws you in? What do you like seeing? Model your videos after that, right? Be authentic, be true, be consistent, but have fun doing it. If it's not fun for you, it's going to be really hard to be charismatic and draw people in. So
yeah, it can be about anything. Try not to make it about real estate all the time. I mean, do things like top best things about said city, top 10 worst things about said city that you live in, or cities or zip codes. You know, the 10 best or worst restaurants in a city that you live in or want to work in. You know, have some fun with this. And you know, there's a guy, Barstool Sports, he goes around and tastes pizza everywhere he goes, right? And gives it a rating, 1 out of 8. No one can get a 10, so it's 1 out of 8. We're not 9 or whatever it is. But why don't you do that? Why don't you pick up the taco person, the pizza person, the salad person, the steak person, you know, the wine person? Don't be a lush, but you know what I mean. Go out there and do some tastings and, you know, highlight some good, you know, cheeses with it. Be that type of video, be that reference point for folks. So we got a lot of content. We're not even gonna get through all of it. But Michael, where are we on this one when it comes to a 3-legged stool or a 4-legged table?
Well, I think that you guys have to remember that if you only have one stream of leads, Zillow or your broker, or God forbid, you're sitting around waiting for the phone to ring.
Oh my God.
You are going to have unstable income. And it's funny. I was talking to one of our old brokers, and she
is this the person I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Okay. We'll leave the name out.
She moved to a small town,
which I'm sitting in.
Right up near Greg. I think it's interesting that I was talking to her, and she was doing floor time.
What?
So
seriously?
Greg, describe floor time.
Floor time is when you sit on your keister and you literally wait for the phone to ring or someone to walk in to the office. And that was tremendously valuable in the past, but that's one vertical of prospecting. Now, I have a buddy named Paul Black who works out of Southern California. He made $500,000 last year. He went from literally broke as a joke, like paying one credit card off with another credit card, to making over 500 G's plus by doing floor time, sitting in his brokerage. But that's a resort town, is a different environment. But if you're going to sit there and do floor time, go for it. But while you're there, create some freaking content. Get on TikTok, get on Instagram, get on Facebook, get on, LinkedIn, get on, X, start creating something while your butt is being plastered to a seat. Preferably, I'd like to see you go interview the different businesses around your area. Sit out in front of your brokerage. Don't sit in the brokerage. Get out there and put a table out, with listings. Get your laptop. You got Wi-Fi out there. Go involve people. Talk to the local sandwich shop. Say, hey, can you give me 20 sampling bites, and I'm going to hand them out and push them with a coupon over to your store while I sit out and see if anyone wants to buy or sell real estate?
Yeah, we should do a survey, because my first question was, do you guys have a phone?
Yeah, you have a phone. Just go out there but that's the thing. So when it comes to that, like the individual we're talking about, this person is doing what I'm sounding is they're just doing one single source of lead generation. Yeah. You have to be diversified in this business so much. So you need to be online creating content. You need to be on social media interacting with people, going from online to offline, immediately getting people into a lunch or a coffee or a dinner or a breakfast or cocktails or whatever, and get them involved. Be the connector in that environment. You need to be doing door knocking or pop buys. Actually, you go to popbyideas.com. And you can go and get ideas to pop by and bring people, and they even give you a script, so you don't have to overthink this shit, okay? Go out there and say, hey, Michael, it's Greg. Hey, buddy. Hey, man, I was thinking about you, and it's blah, blah, blah time. Here's a little X, Y, and Z trinket or a coupon or something. How's life? How are the kids? Oh, my God, you did the remodel. That looks amazing. Yes, I'll come in. Absolutely. Oh, my gosh, I'll take some tea. It's a cold day.
Yep.
That's the kind of stuff that you just then leave your card and say, hey guys, I got a brand new card, even if it's not a new one. I got a brand new card. Here's one for you to keep and one for you to hand out. Actually, the funny way of doing that is here's one for you to lose and one for you to hang on to. But I mean, it's the getting out there and putting different verticals. So Michael, before we go to the next one, because we got so much more to go over, what would be a couple other verticals that you would put in very, very quickly so we can get to our next slide?
I think that the local partnerships is a great one. I think past clients, all of those things that you are doing as verticals, you've heard about it before, guys. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, just don't stop. I mean, if it works, keep doing it. If you put something new in, it doesn't work for 3 months, that's a quarter, cancel it. Move on.
And if you don't know how to do this, if you don't know what your past client strategy looks like or how to get partnerships with companies, reach out, Greg at regeeks.com or Michael at regeeks.com, and let's have the conversation one-on-one. We will help you guys. We are here to strategize with you and coach you and get you to the next level. Just reach out. We'll get you there.
All right, Michael, quickly, let's go over this one. Buyer reward and consistency, not, I don't know what that word is, but whatever.
Charisma.
Charisma.
Greg's got charisma. Come on, baby.
Yeah, baby. So what is it? I mean, do you think charisma is just not it?
I think charisma is good, but we all have down days. We all have hesitation. I think that the important part here is being charismatic and, good on video, but you only put a video out once every 3 months doesn't help you. If you want the reward, be consistent. Deliver every single week, every single month. Okay? Be consistent. Be the one that people can count on. Right. Over and over and over. And Greg and I have this conversation a lot offline. Greg's the guy I call when I get something weird. Okay.
It happened today, actually.
It happened today. I call Greg and I tell him about my weird stuff. If Greg doesn't know, he wrangles in Terry and it becomes a longer conversation, but we get to the answer. Okay. Terry is Greg's dad, just so you don't know.
The grandmaster, yeah.
Grandmaster of real estate. He's been doing it for
70 years.
70 years. Almost as long as I've been alive, but not quite. So be consistent.
Yeah, be consistent, guys. The void between where agents really lose their business is from the closing day, and then you just don't do anything. And we have a full 12-month both email and SMS package. We can get over to you guys. If you guys like it, just hit us up and I'll get it. I'll flip the doc to you. Super simple. Avoid the gap, guys. Avoid the pitfalls. Stay in communication. Even if you feel it's redundant, the customers don't feel the same way. Like my parents are going to see some medical, individuals, and the doctor takes forever to get back to them, and they get frustrated. Hell, I get frustrated. I'm on the sidelines on this one. So imagine what your clients are thinking about.
Yeah.
All right. Silence, Michael, is replaced by somebody who is louder and clearer. Have you ever had this conversation, Michael, and to everyone listening, that you are sitting there and you're on broker's tour or whatever you guys call it when you all go out and look at new homes? We call it broker's tour. And all of a sudden you look at the sheets that the new properties are on, and you're like, wait a minute, that's my old listing. That's my client. Really? Did you tell them that they were your client? Because someone was being louder and clearer than you were. And every Thursday we would play the same stupid game. Well, I knew these people. This should have been my listing. And I'm like, well, you know what? They didn't get the triple copy of the memo. So that's the whole point, guys. Be loud, be clear, be persistent, be consistent, stay in front of them, be like a bad penny. There's a company I'm interviewing to potentially hiring. They are at the point of annoying me. They're so consistent on following up, but I'm interested in their product and their service. So I absolutely got on the hour-long call with them, and their consistency is insane. Ours as agents, for most part, suck because we think we already have them in the bag, and that's really not it. So, Michael, tell us what the playbook that's going to be proactive going to be.
So I want to give you a little anecdote first, Greg. I have a client of mine that is actively selling real estate. She's been doing it for 25 years, and she has a problem with what we're talking about here. And there is a magazine. What's the magazine that people send out that you put your face on the cover?
one that you have to pay a ton of money for,
pay
like
a ton
Top
of
Pro
money, you get your
Agent or
face on the
something like that.
cover.
Yeah.
And inside is a recipe card that you can pull out of the magazine, and it's still got the agent's contact information on it, but they're actually pretty good recipes. And she says, I think I'm going to stop doing this magazine because it's not working for me. And I said, well, what do you mean? And she says, so I send this out to all my past clients every month, and it costs me $1,000 a month, whatever it was costing her. And I just recently had a client that called me up, and she said, hey, can I get you to change the address where you send the magazine? She says, I love getting the recipes, and I'm using an initial, says to her, well, what are you moving it to a P.O. box? And her past client says, no, I moved and I want to get the magazine.
Oh my God.
She said, we sold the house. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. You've been sending this lady a magazine for 6 years, and that's all you ever did?
Yep.
If that's all, and I told her, I said, if that's all you're doing, that's silent, right? That doesn't say I'm a realtor that wants to help you. That says I'm somebody that subscribed to a service, and that service is mailing you something. Your playbook has to be consistent, and it has to contain more than just sending passive articles.
We have to be memorable, is what you're truly saying. And memorable comes from actions and interactions and value add to their life. Remember when Tom Cruise jumped on the couch when he was going to marry or in love with Katie Holmes on the Oprah show, right? That's a memorable event because he was in your face, super excited about something. Now, did that work out? No. But that's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is be over the top in a positive way. Get people to notice you and get people to talk about you. Number one. Yep. All right. Ooh. Confidence closes deals, not complaints. How many times have you sat there and bitched about something like, oh my gosh, my lender's doing this. Oh my God, my title is doing this. Oh my gosh, my buyer's doing this. My seller's doing that. Stop complaining. This is the game. You signed up for it. So shut it or bail. One of the two. Nobody has time to listen to you, bitch. Just get over it. If you got a problem, solve it. Find somebody that can solve it. Michael has a problem, he calls me. I have a problem, I call Terry. I got a real problem, Michael's got a real problem, we call Terry. We know the escalation people, right? Find that person. Yep. Be confident. That closes deals. You know what? I don't know how. I know we can get this thing solved. Let me work on it for you, sir. That's what you want to hear. When you buy something, you don't want to be like, oh, I got to check with my manager. I got to do this. I'm not sure about that. It's like, you know what? We're going to find our way through this. Let me go to battle for you. But we would always say, let us put our battle armor on and go to war for you.
And Greg, I think the important part about what you said, the go to my manager and all of that stuff, is we are not used car salesmen.
No.
This is not about taking somebody to finance and beating them down to where they feel like they just have to sign the document to get the heck out of the office. As a realtor, you want to create confidence and build your systems so that when you're helping your client, you're explaining, look, you're not going to overpay. Let me show you why. Okay, I know you have a new baby coming, but you're always going to have something that comes up. Okay, this is about building trust between your client and you.
It really is. And what we're looking at here on the screen is that whole thing. What we do, what I've learned from Howard Britton, who is now passed and used to run a company called Star Power, really, really big organization, like the size of like Tom Ferry's now, but way back in the Dizzle day. But, we had a thing about going 3 deep, right? And so the whole point of the image you see right now on the screen is the fact that it's an iceberg, right? So the top, on the when someone says about like, I can't buy it because of the price, or the bedrooms don't really match up, or the square footage is, we want a little bit bigger. Now let's really get understanding what exactly they're talking about there. Maybe they're fear about overpaying, right? That's the price. Divorce, new baby, bedrooms, financial security, and the nastiest one of all of them, ego. I don't want to be a guy who paid too much or the gal who paid too much for this small house in this area with these kind of bedrooms. That's an ego play. Understand where they're coming from. If they say price, ask them. Help me understand, Bob. Is it the price or is it the cost of the home that you're more fearful of? Now, there's the price and the cost. The price is what you pay for. The cost is on a monthly, ongoing basis. All the utilities, upkeep, all that stuff. Are you afraid of that? That would be financial security, correct? Bedrooms. What about the bedrooms? Well, you know what? My wife just told me that we were having another baby. Congratulations. Find a way. If the house doesn't work, move on. But understand what's happening. So you're not going to show them a 2-bedroom anymore. You're going to show them a 3-bedroom, right? Or 4-bedroom.
4-bedroom. Or 5.
I mean, work the problem, 6. People. Understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's the real key to this. All right. Referrals from people. Ugh. Now, referrals are awesome sauce. Michael, do you like referrals?
Yes. Do I ask for them correctly? No.
Oh, no. So let's go about the transaction. I'll go to the trap, then you do the playbook. How's that? So when you're doing, guys, what happens really here when it comes to the referral thing, when you're at the closing table with your sellers or your buyers, they're all going to complain, especially you ladies. I love you ladies, but sometimes you don't have to be ready for going on camera to be going on camera, because what we're going to ask for at the closing table is, can I do a quick interview with you? Just say how much you guys enjoyed working with me, because that's at the peak of their excitement. Or the other time to do it would be right when the offer gets accepted. Get the testimonial right then. They're on cloud 9. Get the testimonial. So don't be silent through escrow. The other one is only calling with problems. Hey, Michael, it's Greg. Yeah, bro. Hey, gotta let you know, man. Water main broke down the street from your house. So you're probably gonna be out of water for the next week. What the heck? He associates me with problems now. Instead of, Michael, dude, you and your wife like baseball, right? Yeah, we love baseball. Dude, I got 2 tickets, to the game. And you know what? I got 2 tickets to the Gotham Club in the Giant Stadium, which is the private club. Would you guys like them? I can't use them. Yeah, man, we'd love to go. Boom. Different problem there. Now is a problem of having too much fun, right? Then number 2, no clear timelines. What's your timeline for follow-up? What are you going to do to cement your relationship with them? Are you going to try to take people out for lunches and dinners, doing a client event party? We used to do a Cinco de Mayo party. People freaking love that. But they were on a timeline for events, and they knew it. So that was what we did. That's what you shouldn't do. You should not stay silent, right? You should not call with problems, and we should not, which is a double negative, have different timelines. Let people know exactly what's going on. So, Michael, now that we know what not to do, what should people do?
So, weekly updates. Number 1, be consistent. Okay. Your referrals come back from you being present, and people know what to expect from you. Be surprising. Okay. Pop buys are real, guys. Stop by and say, hey, this is great. House anniversaries. Okay, this is a no-brainer, guys. I have a stack of greeting cards that I send out, and I put the house anniversaries on there. And I just write it underneath where the stamp goes, so I know when to send that card later on. And I put them in a folder, and I say, this is everything that goes out, and it just says happy anniversary. Okay?
It's awesome.
Be proactive. I do the same thing with birthday cards. You can buy like 500 birthday cards on Amazon for like $100. It gets cheap. It's funny because I always laugh that it costs me way more to send the mail that I send than it does to buy the actual card. You don't have to go into Hallmark. They don't care. My insurance agent these days is literally one of 2 people that sends me a birthday and Christmas card every year. Okay. Every single year. All it has is our signature. It doesn't need to be a big deal. Okay. You got to have that stuff out there. Greg, we're coming up on that time limit, so let's move along here.
All right. Daily execution calendar. Yeah, you do this one because you're way better at planning. So knock it out of the park.
This one is great, guys. Use your calendar. Okay. This is an example of a plan. Prospecting, do your money-making stuff on Monday. Prospecting, money-making on Tuesday. Okay, content creation, all of these days, Put these things into your calendar, and every day may look the same, and that is okay. Okay.
That's plenty fine.
Content creation and making money are what you do. The day that you skip carries over, and you're losing more than one day. So be sure to do that. And remember, when we look at these things, people refer agents who feel embedded in the community. And I think what's important here is a lot of people know a lot of agents, but when you are front of mind over and over and somebody says, hey, do you know X, whether it be a plumber, a mortgage person, a realtor, they're going to take the name that comes to mind first. They're going to say, you know what? I see Greg McDaniel online all the time. You should call this guy because I know he knows what to do to help you.
That's true. It's being visible. Remember, being loud, being loud. Being in front of people. And
large and in charge.
Yeah, large and in charge. And get that on your calendar. All right. What tracks gets improved? Guys, I have a tracking sheet that was built for me, and I with my tracking sheet, I can tell you how much I'm worth per minute, per contact, per phone call, per lead, and then per deal. I can tell you if I work 2 hours or 3 hours, 5 days, 4 days, 6 days a week, what my average price point is, what my average commission is, how many weeks out of the year I'm going to work. I will break it down, and I will show you exactly what you're worth. So if it's not tracked or at all, you cannot improve it. You have to know your numbers. Where are you spending money? Where are you losing money? Where are you making money? Where are you giving money away and you forgot that you have a subscription to something? If you have 10 conversations per day, you are living large. That means, now I'm not going to say you're going to set 3 appointments off 10 conversations. That's ludicrous. I think these people are slightly off the rocker, but let's just say in the beginning, you have 10 conversations a day, good ones, not like, hey, Bob, how's your cat? No, that's not going to work. But if you have if there's a want, need, or desire, that's a conversation for real estate needs, of course. Then I'll say you set 3 appointments a week. It's pretty good. Now, how many times are you going to follow up with them? This says 5 follow-ups completed. That's a great start. I would push that to probably 12 to 18. Put them in a content creator, put them in a follow-up plan, and push go. Because you know what? There's a product I'm looking at buying, and I have seen their ads probably 100 plus times at this point. It constantly hits me in the face. Now I'm finally at the option and thought pattern of maybe buying it. And I have been in the market for this product for a long time. Consistently, follow up, stay in front of them, or you will lose the business. It is that freaking simple. Michael.
Okay. I think this is the final slide, and I think that this is important. What we're talking about today, whether it be generating content, following up, just staying present, don't be invisible. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you sound like. I care what your message is.
Yes.
Okay. People are going to know when you show up at the door what you look like. Okay. You need to show them what value you can deliver. People don't buy houses. They buy value. They buy what it brings to the life, and you've got to help show them. People out there have different needs, different wants, different desires, and different ways of communicating. You need to be charismatic. We talked about that earlier, in a way that brings that out. And sometimes, while it may seem silly to you, you've got to point out the obvious so they can be like, oh, you know what, Greg, that is cool. Maybe I do want a pool. Maybe I do want double pane windows. Maybe there is some value on the door that opens 16 feet wide as opposed to 4. Okay. Right. Those things you've got to create that. Oh, you want a, live, work, lifestyle at home. Look at what you can get here by having a dedicated office.
Yeah.
Okay. You can point those things out. Oh, I've got a client right now that has a 2-year-old. So you were thinking about a 3-story townhome, but do you like this sound?
Yeah,
that's going to be your kid going up and down the stairs for the next 5 years.
Oh, that's going to be your kid. Okay.
That is going to be your kid. If you're okay with that, that's good. If you're not, then we need to talk about maybe 2 stories, maybe 1 story. All of those things you have to bring to the table. So, Greg, let's bring this to a close. Bring us home.
All right, guys. So what we covered today, we just covered about what you're not supposed to do. Next week, we're going to show you the 10 things that agents are doing in 2026. We're going to have some great examples of what's getting them business and how they're standing out from their competition, essentially, and really kind of making a difference at the exact same time. So make sure you guys set your clock for this time every single week that we come to you, and you guys, we bring you tech stuff, and we also going to bring you some just real estate oversights and just some overall just fun times. You can laugh at us, have fun with us, interact with us, send us some messages. Let's have fun, get weird. But we love doing this with you guys, and we're going to keep doing it. We're not going to stop doing it. If you guys know a guest that's really good on tech, or you are doing something that's really interesting, we would love to have you on the show, interview them or you, because we love to share the knowledge. Michael, final thoughts, and we are going to be gone.
My final thought for you, Greg, is it is Tuesday. You have the rest of the week to start this. And do you know when you should start? You should start today.
Or yesterday.
If you're hesitating at all, you should close this at the end, wait, like us, subscribe, and then start the process, start the conversations. And I'm not saying it's easy. Greg, you know dang well that I don't like starting the conversation. But once you get going, once you get rolling, it happens. And as it happens, you start building these relationships and you get more value.
Yeah. The number one thing, guys, if you don't know what to say to somebody, write this down really quickly. It is the easiest script on God's green earth. It's Ford. Yes, just like the Ford F-150, like all the rest of the Ford trucks and cars. But it stands for this: family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Now, this is a script that you can ask anybody on earth. Hey, Michael, what do you do for a living? Michael tells you. How long you've been doing it? Do you like it? Would you do it again? Tell me more. I'm very interested in learning about this. Sounds like you work a lot. What do you do for fun? That's occupation, guys. Okay. That's recreation. Excuse me. So go occupation, recreation. What do you do for fun? Are you do you like to look? I see the diving emblem. Are you a diver? Yes, I am. Are you a sailor? Yeah, sometimes. Do you like to cook? Yes. You have dogs? Of course I do. Oh, me too. Boom. Now we're friends. Family. Yeah. So you live and work here. What about kids? You and your wife live here? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we have 2 daughters. Oh, tell me more about them. Blah 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 blah. And there's dreams. Well, Michael, God, you got a whole life going on, man. What's your dream, man? You guys sticking around here? You guys thinking about moving or staying around? Oh, well, we want to buy another property here for my daughter who's going to school in Monterey and get her a condo somewhere close to campus. And that's kind of what we're looking at right now. Oh, I know Monterey quite well. I can help you out there. Great. Oh, really? Can you send me some lists? Boom, done. Yeah. Can you follow up and then say, hey, man, we're thinking about going fishing or we're going sailing. You want to come with? Okay. That's it. That's as easy as it is. Family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. By the way, if you're single, just a pro tip for you. This is a perfect way to go on a date. Asking questions about them, family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. You might get that second date. And you might get that client. All right, Michael. After that wonderful little end to the whole show, we're out of here. We love you guys. Until the next show, be awesome, be incredible, be yourselves, go kick booty, tell us some success stories. And until next time, boom, peace. We love you.
Thanks, guys.